how you going? My name's Sally, but you can call me Salpal, and welcome back to another episode of Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. So last time we left off, we just finished our 8 hours of potion, which took ages for us to make the Wiggenweld potion, and once we finish it off, we can use that for dueling, and we also spent some time looking for a secret Hufflepuff dueling book that Jane, the prefect, told us about. So we found that at the end of the last episode, and hopefully that'll give us some good hints and tips so that next time we want to challenge Merilla and stop her from bullying other students, we can actually do so, instead of just waving our wands and doing Lumos and not actually having much effect. Also, interestingly, and more in the storyline, we had a moment where our character Sally had a vision, and she had a vision about ice, and she could hear voices in her head right in front of Rowan. Rowan had no idea what was going on. We had no idea what was going on, and it was all a bit strange, but it suggests that maybe there is something running in the Heading family that gives you a little bit of an inclination for what could be described as a little bit crazy or mad, but realistically is probably all going to be explained when we find out what these cursed vaults are and what's going on. With that thought, I cannot wait to see what happens in the story next. I hope we can finally battle Merilla and destroy her and stop her from hurting all the rest of our friends. So let's not bother, let's not muck around, let's jump straight in and see what happens next. So we finished off just there in the corridor with Rowan, which is where we found the dueling book, and Rowan's going to read it for us and find out some of the spells so we can work out what will be the best tool we can use to defeat Merilla. And Rowan is of course waiting for us in the Great Hall, ready to go, so we'll jump right in there and meet with her and see what's happening. Oh, I do love looking at the picture of the Great Hall. Doesn't it look incredible? It looks so beautiful. I can really imagine it. You can see Slytherin on that close side here, maybe a relation of Malfoy down the bottom. There's Rowan waiting for us, ready to go. I hope that she's done some research and we know what's happening next, but I could also understand if she was a bit freaked out because there was a lot going on last time. Alright, how are you, Sally? Have you had any more visions since we left the artifact room? No, I would tell someone, but with Merilla going on about my brother, people already think I'm mad, which would be so worried. Rowan wants to catch her breath because the visions have her rattled. That's fair enough. I can't really blame her for that. It's probably pretty freaky. She's a really good friend if she's sticking by us. It looks like we've got an opportunity to improve our friendship with Rowan here. So we're going to get started, pay that 100 coins. We've got the good recommended attributes for it, and hopefully we can really comfort her a little bit. Have we had visions before? I don't think so. I don't trust you enough to say I haven't heard voices before. One with I don't think so here wasn't the best one. Apparently we might have heard voices before, but it did make her feel better, and we got a knowledge bonus because we do have higher knowledge than it says we need. The visions can be dangerous, and that's why I need Rowan's help. Yes, perfect. So I think that's really good and encourages her to stick around and that she can do lots for me, which is really, really wonderful. Good, so we are making her feel better, but she is still worried about her, and I think that's just because she's a nice person. But we'll answer some more questions and see if that helps. How can she help? I think knowledge and friendship is really what she can offer here. Yes, perfect. Keeping it a secret might hurt people. Saying she probably can't is probably a little unfair because she's our smart friend. Of course she's going to be able to help. She probably knows a whole lot or knows the right books to read to sort it all out. We'll answer all her questions so she doesn't think she needs to worry. Do I think it was a warning? Or a clue, maybe both. I think clue is good, much like how Harry, he would get those flashbacks, which I know ultimately were his undoing when he could see into the ministry, and that's what ultimately got Sirius killed, really. But I'm so glad to see that's made Rowan feel better, because I just want her to be comfortable, and I know it's really freaky having all these visions. Still anxious about the duel. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to go. We're going to have to get something good in order to get her. Dueling book we found details everything you need to know. Alright, let's see what Rowan's found. Ooh. I wanted to have lots of uses. Yes, beat Merilla in a duel, but I'm not a jeweler. That's exactly it. Alright, keep reading until and we'll have to teach it in the Hufflepuff common room. Okay, so it sounds like we're probably not going to learn it right now. Let's just learn something else. Professor Flitwick is a champion jeweler. Wow, that's so cool. Give him some tips or even teach him a cool dueling spell. Alright, let's learn all of this as fast as possible before Merilla can bully anyone else. Beautiful, and we've ticked that box off. And now we're going to go see Professor Flitwick. Let's do it. Into the beautiful courtyard. Fantastic. Down the steps, talk to Professor Flitwick. Oh, there he is. Oh, it's night time. Wow, look at the sky. I have a question for you, Mr. Flitwick, or Professor Flitwick, sorry. What can we do? Oh, is it true you were a dueling champion before you were taught at Hogwarts? Stupefy and Protego with the best of them. A shelf full of trophies to boot. That's pretty impressive. And we'll try and get him to teach us something. I think that makes sense. He'll like us. Includes lessons on many defensive spells. Advanced instruction. That's a good way to go about it. You don't want to be too suspicious. And we want to defend ourselves. And I think that he would probably believe that. Given he probably knows that our family's got some kind of reputation, dueling should be a last resort though. And that's really important. Self-defense is good, but you don't want to use it as the only option you've got. You don't want to be attacking people or possibly causing people injury. And I can understand why Professor Flitwick would be hesitating. I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important. Yeah, see, I told you. So he's worried about our brother's reputation and that things might be difficult for us. So hopefully, yes, he will teach you the finest self-defense spell he knows. The duelist's most essential spell, Expelliarmus. Beautiful. That's our Harry Potter special if I ever saw one, for sure.
Expelliarmus.
Intended to disarm your opponent without causing them injury. Also a very good idea. Let's do it. Alright, we've got full energy as well, so hopefully we'll be able to do the whole thing without too much trouble. Let's see, what's he doing? Oops, swivel those hips. Very good, nice and loose. And focus. Focus is going to be very important. Pronounce words carefully. We've seen that old diagonally. We know what happens when you do that wrong. Twisted historians believe that the disarming charm was invented by Merlin. I love that. I love the idea that Merlin is in the same wizarding world as all of these guys are. Private lesson from a dueling champion is very good. Concentrate it up, cast a spell, and then your mind can be clear of all things except the incantation. Brilliant. Alright, what's going to happen next? Oh wow, that was surprisingly easy. I didn't think it was going to be that quick, but I guess that's very good. Means we've got it ready to go. Ooh. Well, casting a spell on a teacher is a bit brave, but I guess if that's what he wants us to do, I think... Yeah, ask the question, Sal. Ask the question. Ooh. Now, do it. Alright, and across and down. We've seen in my past that I'm really not good at those, so that is a relief that I've done that without too much trouble. Oh, and I did it! It's no far to fall when you're that short, does it? Truly do have a gift for charms. Huge help. Mr. Copper is hesitant. That must be Ben. He's hesitant but very skilled. Nice and quiet, probably studies hard, which is why he's actually a really good wizard. Always thought that Ben is better than charms and he lets on. But only duel if you have no other choice. Of course I'm going to promise that. Beautiful. Yeah. Can't break any school rules. I feel like we're already on a bit of a nice edge there. So, yeah, to use it other... Oh, he'll be forced to recommend my expulsion. I did think he would be on our side after all this, but I guess there's nothing you can do if that's the rules. I feel like it's a bit unnecessary to straight up just go and tell him that we're going to attack a specific person. But Expelliarmus will be exactly what I need to win the duel. Disarm her, you're not actually hurting anyone. I think that's really good. We're due to have a little while before we can meet Rowan. So we'll go and talk to Ben. He's in the lower Great Hall and see what happens next. And we've learnt Expelliarmus now, which is really good. We've still got Victus Emperor to learn, which is good too. And we'll go and talk to Ben. Alright, so into the Great Hall. Where is he? Oh, you can see there's some people ready to make some comments. Who are these guys here? Oh, here's Marilla down the front. Oh, Penny. Tried to cheer up Ben Copper, but it was no use. So we haven't met Penny properly yet. Rowan's also worried about Ben. Oh, that's so cool. Why is no one telling you not to talk to people like that? It's awful. It's so horrible. I don't get it at all. Alright. We'll More worried than usual. Don't think I can do this anymore, Sally. Oh no! That's an awful feeling. It's such an awful feeling when you feel like you don't belong somewhere. I stay active, I stay focused. I think those are really important things to do when you're not feeling so good about something. Failing my exams, getting in trouble. Oh, goodness. Werewolves, vampires, giant spiders, you know who. Let's just not name every single thing that could maybe kill us. It's probably a bit much. Right. Oh, and now I've got an opportunity to improve our friendship with Ben. That's good. It's good that we've been collecting coins, so it's easier for us to do these things. But we've got all the right attributes again. There's so much to be afraid of. Everyone feels afraid sometimes. Excellent. Good. That'll be good for our bravery. Our courage bonus. Excellent. Our friends aren't scared. I think we'll keep each other safe. It's probably a good direction to go here. Like, people are probably better at hiding things, but it's about playing on a group's strengths and weaknesses, so the whole is stronger than the sum of its parts, which is always a classic. Let's talk more. That'll make him feel better. Why was I put in Gryffindor? Because I think he's braver than he thinks he is. Okay, but we have to trust the Sorting Hat. I think that's true as well. Don't go home. We do need him in Hogwarts. I think that's really good. No, he belongs at Hogwarts. He belongs at Hogwarts, definitely. There's no point saying things like you can go back for holidays. Telling him you can't ever go back is coming on very strong. He belongs at Hogwarts. Good. Make Ben feel better. That's good. And we got a high knowledge bonus. He would make it through because he'd find someone to be friends with and everything would be okay. Fantastic. And we can collect that. And we've got a reward, 5 gems. Nice. Feeling much better about surviving my time at Hogwarts. Everyone gets afraid sometimes, and everyone has things that do scare them. It's totally fine. He's definitely one of our best friends here. He's been really good to us, and hopefully we can be really good to him as well. And a hiding place can come in.
Helping others.
That's fine.
Is its own reward.
Helping others is its own reward. Albus Dumbledore dropping pearls of wisdom left, right, and centre, and we've leveled up our empathy, which is perfect. I did seem to think that empathy was always going to be leading. We still haven't met Penny yet, but we've got Ben and Rowan both on level 2. Still haven't met Penny. Still haven't met Bill Weasley, which I think is going to be really fun, but I know that's coming later. There's so much to look forward to. So let's move on and do the next little bit. Alright, we're here in the lower hall. Having a look around. Oh, look at this ghost. How funny is that? I just never picture the ghosts having colours. Maybe that's Peeves though, because he's a poltergeist and not a ghost, which I understand to be quite different. Ah, so this is what these stairs do. That's how we can navigate and go up and down. So we've got something to do in the dungeons. There's something in Hufflepuff Common Room. I think that's where we're meeting Rowan later. And here's this little dwarf, and now we actually need more energy. So actually doing that at the right time is work, which is excellent. Alright, Marilla, welcome back to Potions. Another opportunity to prove I'm a failure. Alright, Marilla. And Rowan's going to keep an eye on Marilla so she doesn't mess with us again. And someone else is getting annoyed at us for losing Hufflepuff points. Whatever. Your problem, not mine. So I think we'll wait to charge up so we're ready to go with everything, but otherwise we've got the potions and we can get started on that. And the other thing we've got, of course, is meeting Rowan, but we still need some time to do that. Is it true we're learning how to brew the Wiggenweld potion? Oh, goodness. He hates us. I hope that Wiggenweld potion can be useful in duels, which is very good. But it does sort of let the cat out of the bag that you're pretty happy to break that school rule on dueling. It is not good. Jesus, that is rude though. Like, I know teachers can be mean, but to tell them to shut your mouth seems like a lot. Alright. Especially be careful with sloth brain use. Gross. Thanks, Marilla. Thanks for your contribution. Let's start. Finish this Wiggenweld potion off, because we did that 8 hours of potions for it yesterday. So let's wrap this up. We've got 24 out of 25 energy, and we're ready to go. Snape's demo first. Very good. Demonstration of brewing the Wiggamore potion. Come on up to the table. He does seem to do good demonstrations, even if he is pretty rude the rest of the time. Take some notes so we make sure we don't mess it up. And you do remember stuff better if you write it down 100%. Have to stir this way. And at the moment we have a very poor record in stirring. We get another reward though. Go with some coins this time, probably good. Keep track of all the ingredients is crucial. Focus. Alright, I'm focusing. Let's do it. Oh, okay, one of these circles again. Oh, got him. Oh, only just. Right on the borderline that time, but says brilliant. I'll take it. Beautiful. She's looking pretty chuffed with herself. Go you, Sal. Get some more knowledge points, which is good because I think they're probably our slowest to earn. And now you have to search for salamander blood. Some of these recipes sound really gross. Let's find some more. Come on, Rowan, you can do it. I feel like Rowan's not going to be a potions master, but that's all right. Lionfish spines come without a lionfish attached. So. Ooh, whoa, 1,000 coins. Jeez, cannot not take that. That's huge. That's awesome. Iguana blood or salamander blood? To be honest, I don't know the difference between an iguana and a salamander, but let's light up this situation and see if we can sort it out. Excellent. Come on. Beautiful, 10 more points. Come on, Rowan, surely you found it. Excellent, prepare to add salamander blood. Add your ingredients once you've got everything, always good. It's like when you're cooking, you don't want to be like running backwards and forwards from the fridge and the cupboard to get all the stuff you haven't got. Review that textbook, bring the cauldron to a boil and avoid uneven heat. Flubberworm mucus, ugh, gross. 40 knowledge points, that'll be good to boost us up. And there we go, leveled up our knowledge, actually ahead of our bravery at this point. Put some ingredients in, trace that. Fantastic. Very good. After that first one, I just expect the cauldron to like blow up in her face at any moment. Looks like she expects it to blow up in her face at any moment as well. And Rowan's just having a giggle. Thanks, Robo. Alright, and what is next? Weigh lionfish spines. Alright. One at a time, come up and weigh your lionfish spines. Heading, you're next. That's me. Oh, we've got little scales here. Gather some more ingredients. Do not shrink at the sight of lionfish spines. Alright. Move carefully. Spines, I can probably prick you or something. Move carefully sounds like a smart piece of advice. What are we going to take this time? Take the bravery points so we can try and catch that up. And now weigh the lionfish spines. Oh, careful! Oh, I just expected it to like stab her finger or something. Goodness. Let's get those ones across. So you can see the edge of the screen seems to light up like a reddy colour whenever we start drifting out of those circles. So maybe we can use that as a bit of a gauge later. Alright, 10 more knowledge points. Excellent. If you're a bit unsure, prepare to stir. Alright, no mistakes, I expect perfection. I think that no matter what we did, even if it was perfect, Snape would not think it was perfect. So let's just do our best, review that textbook, listen up, try and sort ourselves out. Potion change colour, it's pretty cool. Review the textbook. Alright, so it looks like we need just one more here, and we've got 5 seconds up our sleeve before we'll get one more, and then I reckon that's going to tick us over to the last one. And then once we do that sprinkle of a little substance, we'll be all ready to go. Let's do it. Alright, we got that next one. There we go. Keep clumps off the bottom of the cauldron. Always good advice. What are we going to take this time? Yeah, I think more knowledge is a good idea. Oh, how to stir. I'm so bad at these stirring things. Real careful, real slow. Start in the middle. I straight up don't even know what happened that time. I just tapped it a little bit. It didn't click and drag properly, and I don't know if the whole point of that is that it's jinxed or it's just a flaw that I've got, essentially. I got all 5 stars. Got me, what, 4 plus another 3 2s is 6, 12 knowledge points, which is very good. And our potion looks perfect. Apparently, it's relatively supported all the time. Do you reckon it's actually perfect, though? I don't reckon Snape feels about our potion. Let's have a hot look. Is he coming over to have a look? Get Rowan to move on. It appears to be passable. Thanks. Like, why do you have to always compare us to Merila? I'm going to question him. Screw this. This is so frustrating. Question him, challenge him. I hate people that show favoritism. It's leveled up our courage, so at least we got something out of that. But goodness, that is okay. That's a little bit more of a challenge than I thought. I thought she was going to challenge once, and then Snape would say something and shrink back down again. But Snape just recognises brown nosing. Everyone recognises that I'm brown nosing. Oh my god, Merila. Snape and Merila really do have it out for you. Not worried about them though. All that matters is my brother and the cursed bolts. Ain't that the truth? So now we've learnt the Wiggle Whale potion, which is also useful in dueling, which will be very handy. And we can now jump up to the Hufflepuff common room in a second, and then we'll be able to chat to Rowan and sort ourselves out and get on up and be able to then actually duel. So let's go up to the Hufflepuff common room, see what Rowan has found out, see what we can work out, and see if we can't get ourselves prepared to duel. Here's our girl Roro. She'll probably change out of our casual clothes and back into robes at some point. It's a perfect spell that does everything we want. Tickling charm, Bricticebra. More useful for dueling. There's literally hundreds of documented cases where witches and wizards saved lives by tickling someone. That's good. Alright, let's see how we go at learning this. How did it go again? Whoop. Alright, it's probably a bit too early to take a break. Let's listen to what Rowan has to say. Crisp and technical style. I wonder how that matches your personality. It's interesting. I wouldn't say I'm particularly crisp and technical, but I'll take it as a compliment. Likes our stance. Make sure we've got a nice tight grip. Excellent. We've got our first star, which is good. We'll take some feedback. See what Rowan has to say. If we do that, you'll be slinging spells in no time. We'll discuss the technique again. That's fairly important. If anyone has pronounced a word wrong and made a new spell by mistake, surely that's. I'm sure there's also things like a lot of these words have like lumos. I think I can recognise as like Latin for light or something like that. I think a lot of them. So I don't know what Ricticebra means, but I'm sure it's got to be Latin or Greek or something like that for tickling, which is pretty cool. So I guess that as long as you mispronounced a word to make another word, you might get one. But let's see what's happening. Take a break. Pay attention. I think that's probably more useful than taking a break. Let's be honest. Rowan thinks we should listen to her feedback. I think that's fair. She's teaching us. Got to listen to your teacher's feedback. And let's see if we can cast it. Make sure we're in the right position. Is that going to get us over the edge? Oh, that's a cool shape. Ooh, ooh, oh, I've missed a little bit at the end. There we go. Let's just pick this up halfway through. I like it. It looks like one of those Egyptian eyes or something. That's good. That's good. Alright, and we know another spell usable in dueling. We're starting to get a good arsenal, I guess, for lack of a better word, ready to go, which is really handy. And we've learned the tickling charm. Oh, she wants us to try it on her though. It's a bit, I forget they're tree farmers, but it seems a bit, I think you've just got to do it though. I think you've got to. I don't want to hurt you, but I need to make sure I can cast this spell before dueling. I think that's practical, and it's, I don't want to say just tickling. It's probably pretty intense, but let's cast this bad boy, give it a practice, and make sure it actually does what we want it to do. Has that worked? Oh, happened to... Oh, got her. Oh, you know that feeling when tickling is like, it makes you laugh, but oh no, it hurts as well. I wonder if it could make someone lick December so much that they pee their pants. God. Alright, it'll all be worth it when we see Marilla's face when we use it on her in a duel. And that's finished chapter 4. Awesome. So we've started to prepare revenge for Marilla, and then in the next one, we now prepared for our inevitable rematch with Merrill of Snide. So I think that's a really good place to leave it off this time around. So we're all prepared. We've got all the duel spell we need. We've got the Wiggenweld potion, which we know we can use in a duel. We've learned Expelliarmus from Professor Flitwick, which is fantastic. We've also learned Ricta Sempra from Rowan, which is amazing. She must have read so much of that book to be able to find us that perfect spell. So we've got a few things we can do on offer now, and hopefully eventually disarm her with Expelliarmus, or maybe tickle her until she gives up. I'm not sure, but we'll be able to actually duel Marilla next time she gives us trouble, and that way we'll be able to sort it out. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I cannot wait to see what happens next. I absolutely love making these videos. Please leave a like and a comment down below to let me know how you think I'm doing. You may have noticed that I filmed this one a little bit differently this time. If you did notice, let me know what you'd think, and if you preferred how the other videos were doing. If you didn't notice, I guess that's good, and it means it doesn't really make a difference, but if you do, let me know in your comments what you think that I could do better. I would really, really appreciate it. And of course, do a subscribe as well, and then we can keep going with this storyline together. You can give me hints and tips. I can show you things that maybe you didn't notice when you did it yourself, or bits that maybe you're not up to yet, so you can think about how you'd like to approach the situation. And most of all, we can find out about our brother and these cursed vaults. Thanks again, guys. See you next time. Have a nice day. Bye!